Hey guys, right, okay, so here's the thing. Hey guys, right, okay, so here's the thing. For your marketing to be highly effective, it's important that there's a few things that come into play. And I'm going to spend the next few minutes or so with you. By the way, I'm not going to stop throughout this live video. I'm just going to roll with it. I'm going to say hi to everybody who jumps in right now and hi to everybody who jumps in as we're going through this or who's watching this on a replay. By the way, if you are watching this on a replay, do use the hashtag replay just so we can find out who's watched it live, who's watching it on a replay. It really helps us to understand what time of the day this best works for yourself. So here we go. We're going to jump straight onto the whiteboard right over here right now. And the very first thing, so the first thing that you need to do, number one, you have to identify, I can't spell, identify who your audience is. Who is the people that you're trying to sell to? Who's the people that you're trying to market your business to? Because if you don't know who they are, if you say everybody, then you're going to appeal to nobody. Think about that. And I'm going to repeat that for you right now. If you say you're trying to appeal to everybody, then you are appealing to nobody. You have to understand who that audience is. Who are they? Get really, really clear on who they are, their age, their sex, where they live, their hobbies, their interests, their passions, their pain, the challenges. Really understand who these people are, because that's going to help your business, that's going to help your sales, that's going to help your marketing massively. The second thing is, what is it that you do for them? So what value do you bring to them? And I really want you to think about this for a minute. Once you know who they are and you know what challenges that they face, what is it that you do for them? And get super clear what that value is. What is it that really is going to make their life easier? It's going to make their life just pain-free. It's going to make it so that you are their savior. They are everything that they've been looking for. You can solve, you can fix it. Who are they? What is it that you do? The second thing, once you've understood the second thing, is then you need to then develop a plan. Develop a plan. And what this means is, how are you going to reach these people? Are you going to use social media? If so, which platform? Which channel are you going to use? And these are the things that I want you to think about right now, is the channel. And when I say the channel, double N, channel, one of the whichever way it's spelled. When I say the channel, the marketing channel, I don't mean whether you're going to use Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn. What I mean is, are you going to use a specific channel to reach them? Are you going to create a podcast? Are you going to create a show, an online show? Are you going to have a blog? What is it that's the channel? What's the channel that you're going to use to reach out to these people and start to build an audience of people around you who is perfect for you, who you know you can help, whose problems you know that you can help and satisfy and fix? What channel is going to best connect with them? Is it video? Are you going to create a show? Are you going to create a podcast? Are you going to be the next Joe Rogan? Are you going to be the next thing that just speaks to them? Or is it going to be a blog? Are you going to be another Seth Godin? Like, are you going to create content that's written form that just connects with people because they prefer to read it? And again, I want you to try and get into the headspace of who that audience is. What is it that they prefer to do? Do they prefer to watch? Do they prefer to listen? Or do they prefer to read? So think about what channel you're going to use. Now, once you've got the channel into place, what you then do is think about the weekly content that you're going to put out there. So you need to develop weekly content that speaks to that audience. Now, the best way to do this is by, again, identifying what problems they are facing. What's the problems? And start creating content that helps to solve those problems. Now, I hear a lot of people screaming at me right now saying, John, no, we can't do that. We can't give away all of our content. If we give away our content, what are they going to buy? If we tell them all our secrets, we've got nothing left to sell them. And I understand that that is one way of looking at it. That's one way that people often think, but it's definitely not true. Like, listen, people, you've got to come to terms with that. People's not buying information no more. We don't have an information shortage so that you don't hold the keys to the kingdom by having that information. People don't want to pay for the information. They can find the information anywhere. They can really go online, they can Google, they can YouTube, they can look on Facebook or Twitter or any of these places, and they can find the information for themselves. What they struggle to find is someone who can help them to execute it, someone who can do it for them or do it with them. Now, some people want to be taught, so you're going to show them. But the idea is that you give this information away for free and then charge them to implement the information. This is where it really gets good for yourself, because it's what they call inbound marketing. You start creating the content, you put the content out for them, give them the best, give them the answers, give them the secret tools, the secret things that you do that nobody else is giving. You give it for free, you will stand out heads and shoulders above everybody else. And guess what will happen? They will come to you and say, hey, Jon, listen, the stuff that you've been posting has helped me hugely. There's a few things I've tried to do. I can't quite do it myself. Can you help me? And that's where you get the business. That's where they come to you and ask for you to do it with them. So make sure that you've got some content that you're going to produce on a weekly basis. The next thing that you want is a lead magnet. So on your website, you need a way, let's write this down here, a lead magnet. You need a way on your website to capture people's information, for people to give you their name, their address, their email, their phone number, whatever information you need to capture. You need a way for them to give that information for you on your website by you exchanging that content, that data for some piece of information. Now, that might be, again, it should be rather something that solves their problems. It's something that's built just for that audience, this particular person, with the things that you do best, the value that you bring the most, and the problems that they solve. So you're solving this problem and you're giving this information away for free. This is a lead magnet. They're going to give you their name, their telephone number, their email address to get their hands on that information. Then the final thing that you then need is, and I'm running out of space right here, but you need an email. So guys, just got cut off, then the phone call came through and it hijacked me. Right, okay, so what I was just saying, the next thing that you need then is an email nurturing system. So you need a way that you can start creating emails that nurture them by helping them with their problems. So they've downloaded the guide, they've downloaded the lead magnet. What you then need to do is provide ongoing information that's going to consistently help and develop your connection with them, the trust that they have for you, that you're going to be in front of them when the decision's right. But it also means that they're going to see you on a regular basis. And the nurturing process finishes with a sales offer that says, hey, listen, let me help you. So you've nurtured them. And then the final thing is that you consistently magnetize. So the third and final thing here is that you magnetize. You magnetize this audience to consistently come back to yourself. So this is you then using, this is you then using different content platforms. Now, this is when it comes to social media. Are you using Twitter? Is that audience going to be on Twitter? Is that audience going to be using LinkedIn or Facebook or Instagram or even TikTok, and they're going to do their dances? You've done this. You know what I'm talking about. So the content, where are you going to put that content? Where are you going to put this information that's going to connect, that's going to resonate, that's going to help these people and drive them to your website? That's going to drive them to you to get that information, to get into that lead magnet, to pick up the phone and call you, to email you, to ask you to help them. What content platform are you going to use? Now, once you've got the platform content, listen, let's not forget your circle of friends, the people, the family, the people that you have around you, your connections, your colleagues, people that you already know. Let's not discount them, because it's so easy for us to forget about them. We forget to ask them. We forget to reach out to them because we just assume that they should know. But that's not always the case at all. We need to make sure that we put it in front of them. We tell them what it is that we're doing. We tell them how we can help, especially if they are part of your audience. So the circle, the content. Listen, let's not discount things like search engine optimization. Are you spending any time developing this? Are you discoverable on Google? When someone types in the things that you do for the pain that they have, do you rank? Do you come up on that list? Do you come up on that search? Where's it going to be? Are you spending any time here? Your social media as a whole, as I mentioned earlier on, the platform that you're going to be using, is it there? Are you going to do live videos, things like this, where you're going to put content out through video and it's a live feed and maybe you do it once a week, once a month, once a quarter, once a day? What are you going to do to share that knowledge, to push that information out to people and keep on doing it there? Are you going to do your own podcasts? Are you going to do your own show? Are you going to be a guest? I'm writing all this stuff down now, we're running out of time. Are you doing this stuff? Are you going to put it out there through, are you going to look to get on someone else's show as a guest and going to speak to them? Are you going to be having guests on your show so that you can start to talk to them and build a connection and some affinity with their audience? What is it that you're going to do? And then finally, are you doing, running out of space, are you doing any paid advertising? Are you paying for Facebook advertising? Are you paying for PPC on Google, pay-per-click? What are you doing in terms of your paid advertising? Do you put it in magazines? All this stuff matters. And if you get these three things right, if you can identify who your audience is and how you help them, the values that you bring, if you can then develop a system for you to be able to find the channel that they connect with the most, that as weekly content that goes out to them, that takes them into a lead magnet, that is going to help to solve their problem, and then you're going to nurture them through emails. And you do this through magnetizing them through different content that's tailor-made for them on the platforms that they spend the most time. You do it through your circles, you do it through SEO, you do it through live video like this, you do it through paid media, you do it through podcasting, all these different things, guest posting. All this is how you start to build a really successful content machine, business, marketing, and sales system that's going to flood you with new leads. Guys, listen, if you've enjoyed this, do leave me a comment. Listen, like it, show me that you like it. I know this is one of the things I've talked about on a podcast recently, that there's a lot of silent lurkers that's not really paying attention to the stuff that you do, but they watch it all, or rather they are paying attention, but they're not showing you that they pay attention. That's probably the better term. And I get that. Not everybody's there to do that. They don't feel comfortable exposing themselves doing that. But it means so much to people, to the creators, to the people who put this stuff out there. So do like it. Do share it to your audience. Do tag people that need to hear these messages, that will get value from listening to these messages. And guys, be great. Have a good time. And if you get stuck, let me know.